Here's what happened yesterday. A January 6th rioter who had been pardoned by President Trump was re-arrested for threatening to assassinate Democrat House Leader Hakeem Jeffries over the weekend. I cannot allow this terrorist to live. Even if I am hated, he must be eliminated. Jeez, we've got Dr. Seuss on the AR-15. I will kill him for the future. He faces a felony charge of making a terroristic threat. God, it's almost like pardoning a group of people delusional enough to storm the United States Capitol building over a lie they'd committed to heart. They believed with all of their beings. A group of people psycho enough to beat hundreds of police officers, screaming, begging for their lives, invoking the names of their children to try and snap the rioters out of their fucking psychosis. A group of people who, since being pardoned, dozens have gone on to be re-arrested for breaking the law again. Violent domestic abusers, rampant pedophiles, dangerous alcoholics who love getting behind a wheel drunk. It's almost like fucking letting those people go without making them face accountability for their actions, letting them off, scrubbing their records, placing them back into society as if nothing had happened, was a moronic fucking idea. Pardoning the January 6ers was the literal first thing. He did it the afternoon of Inauguration Day, if you remember. It was Trump's tippy-top first priority. And it's not because he believes they served enough time, that they learned their lesson. It's because he believed they shouldn't have been charged in the first place, punished at all. It's because he believed they were all good people, not because they did good for their neighbors or wanted to make the world a better place. Good people because they were fighting for him. Because they were literally the small group of people fucking stupid enough to physically place themselves as his pawns that day, to physically do his bidding for him. He pardoned them because they committed violence for him, not because he thinks they're all, done with violence in their life. They've gotten the violence out of their system. Whether or not putting them back into our neighborhoods, onto our streets, into our country was a safe, smart idea, it never crossed his mind to consider. This is what happens when a narcissistic maniac is handed the power of the United States presidency. And a reminder, next time a Republican lectures you on Law and Order, tell them to go eat their own shit. The White House renovations. Is it a big deal? I do care, but it's like 80th on my list right now. Like the unfortunate function of this administration just flooding the zone with shit every single day, every few hours to something worse. Yeah, it's a tad offensive, but like we've got bigger fish to fry. We've got whales to deal with. And maybe it's not, but this just like in the current context, this feels like a minnow. Feels more metaphoric than anything. But I fear we got to let this one go, considering the East Wing is already rubble. Okay, here's the big one. Donald Trump to demand Justice Department pay him $230 million for past cases. Okay, here's what's going on. Donald Trump and his minions did their darnest to orchestrate a rather elaborate scheme to steal the 2020 election. They tried to call Republicans in Michigan, in Georgia, in Wisconsin, and tell them to find votes, tell them to send alternate electors to certify their states had been won by Donald Trump instead of Joe Biden. They tried to force judges in courtrooms across the country to throw out ballots. Why? Because those ballots had been marked Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. That's it. They tried this in dozens and dozens and dozens of cases, lying to the judges, wasting God knows how much time and money, and failed every single time. Then they said, well, let's just physically not leave. Let's organize a cute little coup and storm the U.S. government. Because of such actions, consequences ensued, some of which being the government, the one they tried to overthrow, wanted to look into Trump's actions to investigate what happened, which laws were broken, who to hold accountable. And now, Donald Trump wants $230 million of our taxpayer money because he thinks That was not fucking nice. That was very mean of the Justice Department to attempt, which they failed at, by the way, to hold him and his band of traitorous dick riders accountable. He broke the law. They tried to prosecute him, and now he wants money for his emotional boo-boo that caused.
The New York Times is reporting that your legal team is seeking $230 million from your own Justice Department now in response to the investigations into you.
It could be.
Is that something you want your legal team to do?
I don't know what the numbers are. I don't even talk to them about it. All I know is that they would owe me a lot of money. But look, what they did, they rigged the election. I was damaged very greatly, and any money that I would get, I would give to charity.
I don't know what to say if you support this man at this point. I don't know. Your dignity gone long ago. Your beliefs gone long ago. A shred of consistency in your values gone. Now your money about to be gone. The situation has no parallel in American history. Yes, because no one has had this combination of balls on them and lack of cells in their brain to suggest something so fantastical. And he feels able to because Republicans for 10 years now have been giving and giving and giving and giving the baby whatever it wants. I guarantee you it went just like this. His entire cabinet and office of staffers and aides, every time they leave a White House meeting, they all go back to their offices and get to work on what they can do individually to beat out everyone else in the ass-kissing competition. Who can come up with the best next idea for dear leader and his ego better than anyone else in DC? Who can earn the most gold stars and pats on the back from the president? And someone came up with this idea, and his ears perked right up, and he said, "Ooh, I like that. That's nice." Leak the idea, leak a story that we're looking into it, and see what kind of reaction we get. See how much pushback we get. And if it's tempered enough, if all my bitches in the Republican Party come to heel and don't push back, let's go for it. Let's do it. If it gets pushback, we'll act like we never even uttered this in the first place. It's a rinse and repeat cycle that's constantly going on with this motherfuck and his legion of minions. And we're just in the middle stage of another cycle right now. This is like straight out of the evangelical pastor televangelist playbook. After their mega church congregations have spent years putting their own money into the church pot, he takes it and treats himself to a jet. So let's look at the scoreboard of this administration, okay? Our money is going toward more cancer research. Oh, no, that got canceled. Better infrastructure. Oh, no. That was canceled. More tax cuts for billionaires and corporations. Yes, we got that. A bailout for the country of Argentina. Yes, we got that. Feel better money for the president and his family. Yes, we now have that. It's not just about what absurd, terrible things are going on. It's about what we could be doing with our time and energy and money, but aren't. What progress on so much good, important things we could be making, but we're wasting time buying them more yachts and fighting Nazis. Here we are, America.